brand new wave, drowning out the noise that's tame. Liberty whispers through the brave, breaking free from every chain. Nullify the rules they crave, crypto beats that pave the way. Anarchy with minds at safe, algorithms new dawn today. Out of bounds and out of sight, building futures pure and bright. Escape the grip and win the fight. Welcome into the legacy ride. Beyond control we take a stand, casting off the iron brand. Freedom flowing through our hands, revolution's our command. Decentralize the way we plan, all together we expand. Breaking shackles for the clan, in this journey we're unpanned. Out of bounds and out of sight, building futures pure and bright. Escape the grip and win the fight. Welcome into the legacy ride.
Welcome to the Legacy News, sponsored by the Legacy Right. We are the Legacy Right. So this is the legacy of Jennifer and Kaiser. I am your Capitan Zachary Kaiser, and we got a load of stories that you, excuse me, might be intrigued with. So let's bring in our investigative reporter, Andrew Joseph. Oh, actually, I should probably bring him in, not take him backstage. But yeah, let's bring in our on the streets, on the scene every day investigative reporter, Andrew Joseph. How is it down there in Washington? I can.
By
You're in
God, I thought
Washington, right?
turkeys could fly.
Yeah, judging by where you're at, I mean in the backdrop, I assumed Washington.
Yeah, we'll call it that. A man of international mystery.
So what sort of stories do we have entangled today on this Christmas Eve?
Oh man. Well, we got Matt Gaetz, legend, villain, criminal, who knows what Washington calls him nowadays.
Who knows?
And then we
Who
have
cares?
a little surprise article afterwards. Not that we particularly agree with it, but it's just definitely interesting to see.
You know what? That's
So
a
you
prize
wanna-
article. Let's do that one first.
Oh yeah?
Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. Bring that one up.
Just all right, give me just a second.
It ain't a surprise. I think everybody
Just a
knows
second.
what the Matt Gaetz thing is. We're just
Yeah.
gonna discuss it. I stopped retinol and used one household item that removes.
Yes, it's a stupid ad. Forgive me. He's a
That's
very
it.
impulsive person. Broward man gets Luigi Mangione tattoo on his leg. There are many ways to go viral on social media, but one Broward resident had a surefire idea: a tattoo of Luigi Mangione, the man accused of assassinating United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Not a temporary tattoo or a fake one to trick people online. Levi Jones, the 33-year-old business owner, pulled up to Sacred Eye Tattoos in Hollywood last week and sat for 8 hours getting a photorealistic black and white portrait of Mangione on his leg. The tattoo, complete with the words "Deny, Defend, Depose," written on Mangione's face, is one of many tattoos, artwork, songs, t-shirts, and memes inspired by Mangione to pop up online since he was named New York Police Department's prime suspect in this shooting. Just a few days after posting the video, Jones' tattoo has gotten over 1 million views on Instagram. TikTok removed it from its platform as it was gaining traction, said Anthony Medina, the 27-year-old tattoo artist behind the piece. I definitely think it's going to get a little bit more viral, probably like 5 to 10 million views, hopefully. Jones told the Herald, but that was the plan. Here's a picture of the video.
Let's watch it.
I'm trying it. Hold on just a second.
It probably won't. It may not.
You had to, maybe just a minute. Let me pull up. We should get to it. Here we go.
Sorry, everybody. I had to put my old man eyes on.
It's all right. Here it is. There. There you go. That's the tattoo in question. That's definitely something.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Right. It is definitely a potential Florida Man of the Year right there. So
that's definitely Florida Man.
Yeah, let me go back to the article real quick. They're almost done with it. It's all part of a fire online discourse over the shooting and the wave of public support for Mangione as many people express frustration over the healthcare insurance industry and this practice of denying legitimate claims. Prosecutors accused Mangione of shooting Thompson in Manhattan on December 4th and fleeing to Pennsylvania, where he was arrested at McDonald's days later. To some, Mangione has become a folk hero, while law enforcement and elected officials from New York Police Department's Commissioner Jessica Tisch to President-elect Donald Trump have condemned those who valorize the alleged killing. Ironically, neither Medina nor Jones have particularly strong opinions on Mangione or Thompson's death. Well, I don't support murder, that's for sure. I understand the frustration. I love the kind of vigilant aspect behind it. I'm in no means in support of assassinating CEOs because of you disagree with them or whatever immoral compass they have, Jones said. But I'm neutral on it. I don't really know enough about it to even say if it was with anger. I say if I'm with anger or against them, or with or against them. Medina had a similar response. I don't have an opinion on what happened. I just done research into it to even form an opinion, whether it was justified or not. Killing someone is generally never justified, but I'm sure he had his reasons behind it. So how does it permanently portray a portrait come to be? He's a very impulsive person, Medina said. Jones and Medina were already in talks about getting a different tattoo. Out of the blue, Medina said Jones texted him he wanted to get a portrait of Mangione. Medina wasn't buying it.
I just want to mention this little video. Scroll up again.
Yeah.
I want a clickbait. Oh, everybody probably. I bet it's clickbait. But Amazon's worst nightmare. Millions canceling Prime for this hack. What a very profound article title for a obvious clickbait article or ad.
Yep.
Could it be? I mean, I'm canceling Prime too, just because it sucks. I only have it for the 2 days.
Yeah, so do I. I don't see why that's not like an independent thing where you just get that.
Yeah, no, I'd prefer just to have the 2-day shipping. I don't really care about the Prime Video. I barely get on Prime Video or Prime Music. It's like
I think I watched 1 or 2 movies in like the years I've had it. So
yeah. I mean, I know my mom used it. She would find movies on there that were like very, very cheap and rent them for like 3 days, so she could have like 3 days to watch it and then watch it again. But I don't care about Amazon Prime Video.
Right.
So cancel your Prime, everybody. Petition
right.
Amazon. Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, they're having their I guess there's a strike going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just in time for Christmas. It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, just in time for Christmas. I it's hysterically funny that Amazon's trying to block it, I guess. But
Yeah,
I really only have followed it a little bit because I follow and to try to troll. Sometimes I actually agree with her. Sometimes she has some takes that are that you can't agree with. Uh, but most of the time she's an idiot. But I follow it from like Nina Turner.
hmm.
So but yeah, man, we can fix this thing with the labor
Yeah,
movement. Free markets, baby.
that's right. Okay, I'm gonna
So
head back to the article real quick before I lose myself. I said, no shot, or shot you've actually serious. Oh, no shot you're actually serious about this, Medina said. 2 days later, it actually happened. In the past, Medina said the two tried their hand at creating a viral moment with a fake Instagram video of Jones getting a suggestive face tattoo. He was trying to go viral with that, but it didn't go as well as this one, apparently. The tattoo artist said, I was expecting us to have a lot more views, but by now, just because it's so controversial. But that was the intent behind it, Jones said. I wanted something that was going to be kind of intense and extreme. People would see it, shake their head like, what the hell are these guys doing? In person, Jones said he's only gotten positive reactions from people while shopping at Total Wine on Friday. Why is that surprise? Jones said she noticed the tattoo and gushed about how she had seen it online. On Instagram, though, the comment section is more heated. Sounds like the tattoo may, some like the tattoo, many do not. Comments range from "This is nuts, but awesome work, my boy," like always, to "Why?" Celebrating a death that resulted in no change whatsoever. One Instagram user joked, "Imagine you got an infection from the tattoo and you went to the doctor and your claim got denied." That would be kind of funny. Uh, Medina gets a kick out of the people online who assume the artist and client are politically liberal. But like one commenter that wrote, "I can tell by the shape of the leg this person is a lib," with laughing emojis. I think it's hilarious because we're both Republicans and he's a full Trump supporter, Medina said. Both Jones and Medina said they understand that why some may find the
I have
tattoo
a comment
offensive.
for that one. I have a comment for
Yeah.
that one. Fucking liberals, the Trump supporters.
Some people are
Get
just
it?
marks, I guess.
Yeah, get it? 90s
I do.
Democrat. You
Yeah,
voted a Democrat, everybody.
that's right. Uh, both Jones and Medina said they understood why some may find the tattoo offensive, but Medina noted that people may have been getting tattoos of violent and controversial figures for years. Clients has asked for Medina, who specialized in realistic black and white portraits, for tattoos of mobsters, drug cartel leaders, and Miami's infamous cocaine cowboys. Idolizing people who
Yeah.
do bad things is not new, Medina said. I think because the situation is so recent, the tattoo is a little out there, but it's definitely not the first time that something like this has gone around. I think it was just the best. I was just the best to do it, regardless of how people feel about it or whether Mangione is found to be innocent or guilty. Jones said the tattoo makes a great story, and he doesn't regret getting it. As someone who used to work in the medical field, Jones added that this is one positive thing to come out of social media's Mangione mania. People are seriously talking about the healthcare insurance industry. I know firsthand how corrupt it is, how people can care more about money than patients. At the end of the day, people are paychecks, Jones said. I do like the fact that people are kind of waking up and seeing this because before this, no one would have cared.
I like that. I like that. At the end of the day, patients are paychecks. People are paychecks. That's all the healthcare industry is. So minus the troll, the obvious troll that this guy did with the tattoo on his leg of Luigi Mangione.
Luigi,
Uh,
Luigi.
that's it's hysterically hilarious. But it makes for a great story, a great troll, and just the sheer fact that we're people are starting to wake up to see that there are some issues, even the ones that were kind of on the fence against the liberal talking point of we need socialized healthcare. Well, we do need our healthcare fixed in this country. That's there's a point to that. Socialized healthcare is actually what we have now. The reason we
That's
have so much. Go ahead,
that's
Andrew.
why that's why Trump is trying to buy Canada so he can import it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, he wants that Canadian healthcare. Um, so go. You know what? You have Andrew. You have been Canadian healthcare. So, but but anyways, the, the issue with our healthcare system in this country is it's been rapidly subsidized. Obamacare did not help. It effectively uh, it helped propel the eruption of what three. It created an oligarchy of like 3 or 4 large scale insurance companies to cartelize completely. And we already had issues in the private insurance industry, anyways. There's so much money going in your taxes every year to appropriate both Medicare and Medicaid, and especially in the last decade, that there's just not enough room for these healthcare facilities to care anymore. I mean, these insurance companies never cared. I mean, there's no incentive for insurance companies on the private sector to actually pay for to pay out the premium that you are afforded, and actually make sure you get the care you need. There's no incentive for the healthcare facilities, albeit the hospitals, to actually focus on patient health. It's all a money pyramid scheme. It goes from the bottom all the way to the peak of the top. And it's because of government regulation and high subsidies and expansion of both Medicaid and Medicare, which is the socialist aspect of our healthcare system. And we're just entangled. Europe probably has a better system because they're, at least in most of Europe, not to say that I'm advocating for socialized healthcare, um, but it works in, say, Denmark and Sweden because of their homogeneous population and their smaller population. So there's a more of a focus. It does not work here because of our diversity and the fact that there is too much money going back and forth between Washington and its lobbyists. So the people are going to be up a shit creek without a paddle if we were to socialize, because do you really want the government to have full control? Look at Canada. Look at the UK. The UK actually doesn't have full control. So look at Canada. Look at Australia. I mean, these are countries that actually have full control, and their healthcare system is outrageously chaotic. Most people that can afford to leave the country and go elsewhere do. Most people with the means actually come to the United States. But one thing that's the problem with the United States is because there is no incentive, and because there is a long standing gravity um, for doctors to have to jump through doctors and surgeons to jump through hula hoops to get ahead in their career and go in
Right.
debt. You don't have a whole lot of doctors that are a whole lot of people that want to become doctors in this country. Most of your doctors, most of your high grade doctors that are coming to this country and actually specializing, going to school, and they are going back home to Singapore. They're going back home to India. They're going back home to China. They are most of these doctors are coming here to get trained, to get their education, and then they're going back. That's one reason why Singapore has probably one of the best healthcare opportunities, healthcare markets in the world, because many of them train here, but then they go home. They go back to
Makes sense.
Singapore.
It's like what they
So,
used to do in they go to Germany for the healthcare back before World War I, and then
mhm,
we all know how that worked out.
yeah. But the thing about Luigi in this case with the assassination of the United Healthcare CEO, it sort of, from my perspective, it's starting to open people up to both sides. The liberals were right. The shit libs were right, everybody. Our healthcare system is shit. Um, it is oligarchical. They were wrong on the fact of why it's oligarchical, but they were right. And I think it's opening up to the conservative side as well.
They're
To the
in the
fact
neighborhood.
that, so the problem is I think the conservatives are going down that same route as the liberals. They're just going the speed limit.
Right?
So,
Controlling the descent into madness.
So, but with that, I think that's awesome for this guy to get a tattoo. I think that's the best troll of 2024 to end the year. Merry Christmas, everybody! To end the year, and to start your Christmas holiday off. What a hell of a gift to have. Yeah. So, go follow that guy. What was his name again on Instagram?
Just a second. It was. I had to just share the screen again. Hold on, because I can't even read that. A media and ink and sacred eye tattoos.
Oh, I think that was it. I don't know. Is that him? I don't know if that's actually him. But what's his name?
Pick.
And
like I said. Let me see if I can, because I know it said it. Medina, I think it's
Anthony Medina.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, go follow follow them. Go follow that Instagram for that tattoo parlor. That is the funniest time.
The link will be in the description.
Yeah, we'll give you the link to the articles and you can get it from there. So but anyways, we're running short on time. Let's talk about the biggest thing that happened in all of this year next to Donald Trump's assassination attempt.
Canned bread.
Look at this. Look at that beautiful snake of a face. Matt Gaetz, everybody.
He looks like a greasy politician.
He looks like the Grinch.
No,
Mr. Grinch. He kind of does.
Anybody's a Grinch around here, it's me. I got the same psychological fixations.
Yeah, but you're just an asshole.
I know.
So, this comes from obviously CNN. I grabbed this from Drudge Report. So this is what the Drudge Report had. Not saying I'm a big fan of CNN, but I'm not a big fan of anything. So wherever you can get your news, we'll get them from all over the place. Here's the latest since the House Ethics Committee released its report on Matt Gaetz. The House Ethics Committee found evidence that former Representative Matt Gaetz, he's already resigned, obviously, paid tens of thousands of dollars for women for sex or drugs. On at least 20 occasions, including paying a 17-year-old girl for sex in 2017. Well, that's 2024. She's not 17 anymore, CNN or House Ethics Committee. According to a final draft of the panel's report on the Florida Republican obtained by CNN. During the years-long investigation, Gaetz had vehemently denied he ever paid anyone for sex. You're a politician, Matt. Of course you paid for sex. A friend of Gaetz, Christopher Dorworth, says the report contains false statements, and his lawyer asked the committee to retract his reports, pointing to discrepancies in a 3-page letter. Gaetz filed a lawsuit Monday asking a federal judge to block the official release of the long-awaited ethics report about his potential misconduct while in office. However, he filed the lawsuit around the same time that CNN and other outlets, wasn't just CNN, everybody, reported on a draft of the report's findings about his alleged sexual misconduct and drug use. And with hours of the lawsuit being filed, the committee officially released the report on its website. Gaetz later said in a court filing that this lawsuit moot, that this makes his lawsuit moot. The lawyer for two of the women who testified in the House Ethics Committee probe of Gaetz said in a statement that the committee's report vindicates their testimony. So that's one of the articles. There's confident that
There's several.
Yeah, there's several articles on this. This one was from 17 hours ago. You can go back and read all these. But Gaetz' confidant says House Ethics report contains false statements. I saw a headline on Twitter about something about the FBI pretty much agreeing on that, saying that their investigation concluded that the witnesses weren't substantiated. But whatever your belief and whatever your emotional attachment towards or detachment to this man is, doesn't matter. This is very serious charges. I will say, if all this is true, at this point it's alleged only for the fact that he hasn't been charged. But if this is allegedly true, why will he actually be charged? And should he be charged? I mean, especially since he is alleged to have paid an underage girl at the time for sex and potentially did drugs with her. And many of these women, the reason for like the sex trafficking, original sex trafficking allegations was he went, he crossed state lines with many of these women. That sense, I believe, has been nullified only for the fact that many of these women were most likely of age. But it's definitely not a good picture to be painted for Matt Gaetz. At the other end, at the other end of the spectrum, it is interesting that this all comes out publicly about the time that President-elect Trump, originally appointed him as the Attorney General nominee, for which he has since rescinded, and Matt Gaetz has resigned from the House. That is why there's going to be a special election that I believe will take place in April of next year for his seat in Florida. So Florida, if you like to vote, there you go. There will be an election. So it is interesting. The House Ethics Committee did reopen the investigation back in June, but it came out publicly. How ironic! Right around the time of post-election and Donald Trump's appointmentship for his cabinet position nominees that will be confirmed upon his post-inauguration. So it is interesting. It doesn't look good for Matt Gaetz. Andrew, before we wrap up, what is your take on this?
Well, this reminds me of the whole Cody Wilson thing about how they said that he was sleeping with somebody underage and who went to Taiwan to try to avoid extradition. When you're involved in power politics like this, they're going to do anything and everything they can to throw you to the mud. It doesn't matter if he's guilty or not. It's a fact of the matter is that they do this every time to everybody that they don't like.
Yeah, it's also pretty intriguing that they're investigating. They decided to investigate him on this. It's obviously a political ruse, whether it's true or not. Which it most likely is true. He is a politician. But meanwhile, you have other politicians that are paying hush money. I mean, Thomas Massie actually on the House floor called them out for it a few months ago. So everybody's doing it in Washington. There are hush money scandals all over the place. This is just public because Matt Gaetz got some headway news within the last month and a half by being nominated by Trump nominating him as his Attorney General appointee. So this is why this is big news. I would probably go ahead and just sweep it on the rug and call it a day because he's out, and looks like the Uniparty won. And even though Matt Gaetz, though he didn't take any money from APAC, he certainly shilled for that state that we will not speak of on YouTube for matters of getting canceled. He doesn't have to be paid. He can shill for free.
That's right.
But that sucks for Matt Gaetz. Godspeed to him. Hopefully he can prove his innocence, and if he can't prove his innocence and he is truly guilty, well, then you're a scumbag piece of shit. That's all I have to say about it. Who obviously does drugs and bangs underage teenagers. So whatever. With that, anything else, Andrew?
We're getting pushed for time. Thanks for watching. We'll try to we'll see you tomorrow for the crypto episode.
See you tomorrow for Crypto Wednesday. Merry Christmas Eve. And you can't wait for the Merry Christmas episode because it's that season. Crypto time on the Wednesday. Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody.
See you later.
Peace.